We're going to be selfish in the holidays. Let's go back to the Grinch and be the Grinch that stole the ribeye cap. Has this ever happened to you? You have a holiday dinner, you're going to make prime rib. And maybe it's your kids, maybe it's your mother-in-law, maybe it's your grandma, I don't know, and bring back their plate and they did not finish all of this beautiful prime rib. And they did not even eat the rib cap, which is a sin in my mind. So they get no ribeye cap. I'm keeping it for myself this year. Now this is our whole ribeye, which we're gonna cut a prime rib off of. But here we go, here's a little anatomy. This right here, this piece right here is called the spinalis. It is the ribeye cap. It is the most delicious, tender, beautiful piece of meat on the entire animal. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to take the ribeye cap off of this whole ribeye. We're gonna roll it up and make it as a steak. We're gonna save it for us for later. Then we're gonna roast the entire prime rib. And then, so everyone else can get a slice and have delicious prime rib. Everybody's happy, you're happy, they're happy, everybody's happy. Let's do it. So to take our ribeye cap piece off, we're gonna use our 6-inch boning knife, and we're going to, this is kind of weird because I'm behind it, but this is not how I would do it, but we're gonna take a little score mark where you see the spinalis goes and ends right there. Take a little score mark, and then we're just gonna take some exploratory cuts here to find that muscle. Again, peeling back, you can see where this piece of fat here is right here. We're gonna cut all the way along it and all the way down. And then once we find the fat piece underneath, which is what we got right here, see that fat piece underneath we have right here, we're going to take our knife and make little tiny cuts and pull back on that muscle. Pull back. Little tiny cuts, pull back. Everything wants to separate exactly where it's supposed to. So you just got to kind of feel it all the way down. And we're just taking it and just peeling that off. You can almost just do it with your finger. See how it just opens up right there? We're just going to take it. So this will be our ribeye that we will continue to trim and to tie so it's nice and tight. And then here is our ribeye cap. So this is, we'll do a little bit of trimming here, and this is our delicious ribeye cap that we'll roll up and make into some steaks. So this is the one that's left for the family. So this is gonna be our dinner. So we're gonna go ahead and trim down some of this fat, and then just kind of look and see what we can trim down. We're gonna kind of make this little transition piece a little easier so it makes it look like a nice compact roast. What we're gonna do is then tie it up so it'll all cinch in like that, and it's gonna be delicious and beautiful, and everyone is gonna have a great dinner. So let's go ahead and we'll take a little bit off of this end. Just bringing that fat down. Again, this is a personal preference. If you want to leave that fat on there, please do. Nothing goes to waste. We'll go ahead and grind up these pieces for our ground beef. Or if you want to make beef tallow or whatever, you can do any of those things with this cut. Next thing we're going to do is tie up our roast here. We're going to take our twine and go ahead and go about an inch in, and let the twine go down about 3 or 4 inches. Go ahead and you take this end Here we go. And what we're going to do is take 2 fingers, and we're going to take that in and go twice around, creating a loop. And then we're going to reach in and grab the dangly one and go ahead and cinch that down tight. Make your overhand knot. It keeps everything so well compact. So again, we have a nice round roast. Do it again. Got our little tail here. 2 fingers, twice around, make a loop, grab it, grab the dangly one, cinch it up. Go ahead and make our overhand knot. Boom. Cut the ends off, got it going. There's our roast. Let's season it up and get in the oven. Now let's talk about our ribeye cap. So there's some silver skin that goes along here, but this is why we're doing this, because this, like, look at that. It's a beautiful piece of meat. It is the best cut of meat, in my opinion, on the entire cow. So we're gonna go ahead and just take out some of this silver skin. When you have a ribeye and you have that gristly bite, this is probably what it is. Again, our technique for silver skin, like we've done before, wiggle, get underneath the piece, cut out so it forms a handle, pull back with reverse pressure, and slide your knife all the way down, cutting just the silver skin and not the meat. We're gonna leave a lot of this fat on here because I want the fat for the flavor, but I don't want the big pieces of silver skin. So that gets a little less right here. So you'll be able to tell the difference as you're going into it. But we just don't want that chewy, gristly piece. We just want a nice, delicious piece of steak. Now from here, we're gonna roll this thing just like this. We're gonna roll it so it makes a nice steak-looking shape, and then we're gonna tie it. So let's go ahead and go to the, it was the same as what we did for the ribeye portion. We're just gonna go ahead and tie this and then cut steaks out of it. All right, so here we go with the tying again. We got it rolled up. Let's go ahead, leave a little dangly piece. You're gonna take 2 fingers, go twice, pull the string through the hole, done. Overhand knot, easy. If you don't want to do that knot, or it's like weird for you, just go ahead and take a piece of twine and just tie it. You could do that as well. Just making sure it all cinches up so everything is right where it needs to be. From here, we got it all tied. We're just gonna go ahead and then make steaks out of them. You're gonna cut in between the pieces of twine. And again, we've made a steak. So here are our ribeye cap steaks, which we can just go ahead and sear off, cook off like you would a steak. And then you have successfully taken the ribeye cap, which is the delicious part, and made it into its own steak. We have our prime rib roast, and we have our ribeye cap steaks. All right, so here we go. So we have our prime rib, and we have our ribeye cap steaks. So what I'm gonna do is just throw this in the 325-degree oven until it hits 135. Then I'm gonna sear these ribeye cap steaks, and we're gonna taste them. All right, so here's our no cap prime rib, and then here is our little ribeye cap. It actually turned out pretty good. It looks like we're gonna have the best of both worlds, and I'm gonna get to eat a little ribeye cap and eat a little prime rib, and no one will ever know. Before we start slicing, I wanted to show you guys one thing that I'm super, super proud of. So we have the Butcher Wizard Butcher Knife Collection is adding another knife. We're adding another member to the family. Here we go. It is a 12-inch slicing knife. So it's great for prime ribs, briskets, pastrami, corned beef, turkey, roast beef, all the things you can think of that you need a nice long slicing knife for. I mean, I'm so excited. It's going to be about till mid-January or so when it'll be available. If you want to go ahead and get on the waiting list, go ahead and click this QR code or the link in the description so that you can be the first to know when it goes on sale. Now, I only got a limited number of quantity on these, so go ahead when it hits, go ahead and grab them. So let's go and cut into our delicious prime rib. No cap prime rib. Ooh, that knife cuts through just like butter. Oh, look at that. Beautiful medium prime rib. Man, look at this. Let's cut a few slices out of here. Nice and easy slices. The other thing it does when you take out the ribeye cap is it takes out that big fat chunk in the middle of the ribeye. Some people really like that, but again, some people don't. So, it's kind of nice. Just like butter. Delicious, seasoned, everything you want in a prime rib. It's so good. Let's check out our ribeye cap. So I took off the string so it unraveled a little bit, but now if you have not had a ribeye cap before, you are in for a treat because it is so tender and flavorful, and it's the best part. Just perfect. It's perfect. I'm so happy with this. It's so good. And you know what? The people who like prime rib who come for Christmas, they're not even going to know that you took the ribeye caps off and made steaks out of them. Share them if you want to, if you feel guilty. If you don't, save them and have them when all your guests leave for the holidays. Man, thank you all so much. Keep up to date by coming back and checking with the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm out. See you on the next one.